Hi, this is Matthew Ferguson, completing assignment 3. For part 1, let me pull this up here. Alright, so this is just my basic, just a query that I have for doing random stuff. I usually keep 1 or 2 open. So for the first part, we did the Shopify database. And so the new ones that I created this week were the update customer table after sales, the easy version, and I also did the hard version. I also added I had the sales details in there already, customers. I had these categories in here already. I did have other stored procedures already. For example, I had the add line item. I had made this off of your video. So this already had the parameters in it. It has, it kicks back an error if there's no sales ID found. Checks your customer ID. If it's not there, it stops the program or makes sure it's valid. Basically crashes the program if you input an invalid parameter. Or if it's a duplicate, it'll stop. If it's out of stock completely, it'll stop. But if there's not enough inventory, it'll just sell everything that's available. Other than that, these are just the select products, everything that you, I'm sure, are aware of here. This is the insert line items. That's the actual portion where you do it after everything is checked here. And then it just updates the metrics. So once something is sold, it updates the inventory. So this is pretty intuitive. I got it right from your video, so that's good. Let's see. Alright, and then we also have the easy version. I did the quick easy version, the redundant version, just a bunch of declarations, and then you just pull it from where, and then you have an update. Very tedious approach, as you had mentioned. I also have the hard version, quote unquote hard. It's just grouped up. It just makes more sense. You can group by these parameters down here. Sales details matches everything up here. These parameters. So you got the same ones. Shows customer rows before. This is just your basic stuff. Shows things. Updates, where you can update with your subqueries here if you need to make any changes to existing entries. So yeah, these are taken down verbatim, basically, from your videos, instructional videos. I do believe that was it for the Shopify portion. Those stored procedures. I have a stored procedure for every category, every table, as you can see, and then just the update ones. So that's good for Shopify. For part 2, the Coug Hotel, I went ahead and added the extra table here, the extra services table. Let me go ahead and close this guy. So we had the extra services table. I threw in a few of my own that I made up. Guided hike, spa day, virtual reality experience, 2-hour nature hike, 1-hour massage and pedicure, 30-hour choose your own adventure, VR, various times. Let's see here. For the extra services, I also have a stored procedure here. My stored procedure, this is a very basic here. I actually have my saved stored procedures that I like to use. They do the exact same thing, but the ones that I save, what do we got here? This one's for add extra services. So if I were to add extra services, I would actually use I'm in the wrong one here. Let me go to the Coug Hotel. There we go. And add extra services. So I'll pull this one up. What I like to do, it's the exact same thing, stored procedure. But for mine that I save in my notes, what I like to do is just show the execution, show the execution file, just how to change everything. Kind of keeps me when I go back to things, or if I'm having trouble remembering, I can see how to execute it in addition to the stored procedure. So it's kind of like a complete look at everything, and then once it's all done, I can do a go and do another go here. So, you know, I could just run all of this. I don't want to duplicate it, but I could run all of this and then it will make the update, it'll execute it, and then it'll let me know what it looks like. So that's how I like to do those. That was for extra services. I made a couple changes, so I can go ahead and save that, no worries. Pop that out. So that's my table for extra services. I also added the guests table. Pop that open. Just added a few people here. No big deal. Just some little remarks. Just, yeah, basically made a quick placeholder. Their stays. So just have three guests at the moment there. For the guests, I do have the add guests stored procedure here. But again, I like to use my own stored procedures that I save on my drive here. So it's the exact same stored procedure, just to look at it, how to create it, create or alter. These are all the parameters, first name, last name, basically everything that I grabbed from over in the columns here. Pop them over. You know, insert into values. So again, for my stored procedures, I add an execute. You know, just to remind me again of everything I need to do to add somebody to actually run the stored procedure. So once I'm done with it, I kind of have an idea of what to do. It just helps me familiarize. And then also after I add somebody, I just threw in a simple, you know, just show me what it looks like here. And then if I need to add any updates, this is something I started doing recently as well. Just throw down an updates, guest, you know, run the whole thing. If I need to make any changes to what I've written or anything that's there, go ahead and do that. Just run it all at once, and then it just shows me what the update actually looks like here. All right, so let's see. That was my stored procedure for extra services and guests, and I do believe that concludes the assignment. Let me just read over here and double check. Yes, I do believe that concludes everything for the assignment. I moved ahead. I did a couple things for Module 4. So I do have some pretty good parameters. That's back over on Shopify. You know, my sales details, those stored procedures are pretty up to speed, I would say. They have all the good things in them, all the parameters. My mind's not working at the moment, but I feel like I have a grasp on things. I feel like I know what I'm talking about, so know what I'm doing. Getting better every day as well. It's still a bit overwhelming, but we are cruising right along. So that's everything. Again, I always have like a query up, just random things. You know, I was executing my update tables, select froms, just random stuff. I'm sure you know. I'm sure this is something you do as well. So I used to just keep notes, but now I've been adding these things to the stored procedure documentation as well. I've found that's very, very good for my organization. All right. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed.